Okay. I'm going to let you guys jump on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is kind of a continuation from the last video for those who watched. If not, you don't need to go back and watch like the last hour of that when I was doing all the calculations. You can if you'd like. But if you have any input regarding these calculations, please go back to the previous video and write down anything you picked up on, because there was an activation of codes going out. Okay. Look, I put the ring down right at 19. And it's a jade. I just put on my jade Buddha. Kessel literally just jumped on my dresser and knocked down my elephant and my jade. And I just put jade on this morning. Please look for timestamps. I'm going to refresh my coffee because I was just online with a whole bunch of back and forth for 3 hours. And it's so funny because in the other video, I'm like, I'm going to make this like 30 minutes for each sign. The fuck you are, Courtney. The fuck you are. So apparently this is going to be like one a day, probably, which is great. You know? Or maybe two a day. I don't know. We'll see. So let me refresh my coffee. Sheldon just woke up. He's been under the weather. Let me get his food ready, refresh my coffee, run to the bathroom, and then always look for the timestamp because we're going to jump into Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I'm going to keep these grouped. I'm not doing them separately like I did with the last transit, because this is based on I'll break it down for you. Like if we have like a couple masculine, a couple feminine, like I'll break shit down for you. I know I will, because they just had me do that in the previous video. Hi, buddy. He hasn't eaten in 2 days. He was totally under the weather, which he made me really nervous. Like even animals, guys. I feel like the health thing is going to be the next couple weeks. And it's more than, and we are going into like changes of seasons, with, flu season and that. But I don't feel it's like that, really. It's more like mental health, other stuff. Hi, buddy. Mama is so happy. I don't think you should be walking on your bridge, though. I don't think you should be doing that right now. You think you can do that? Huh? You think so? Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. You think you just literally wore yourself out doing that? I want to take a picture. I literally feel like he just wore himself out doing that. Buddy, I just love you. Like when I say he was under the weather, he is under the weather. So he's at the top of his bridge. He's just kind of staring. All right, let me refresh my coffee, go pee. I got sidetracked. Do you want help? If you're still there when I come back, I'm gonna help you. Because I don't think you should be doing that. can't believe I just did, oh, buddy, you're in the same spot. Can't believe I just did a 3-hour read a week post-surgery. This is awesomeness. All right, buddy. Mama doesn't want you up there. Mama doesn't want you up there. Hi. Hi, baby. Oh, I missed you. Feeling a little better? You feeling a little better? You get right there, okay? You stay nice and warmy. I don't want you climbing. You want to walk around, you can walk around, but I don't want you climbing. Okay? Okay. I only did half a coffee because I've had 3 coffees since 6 o'clock. That's probably why I'm here. Okay. All right. I explained the previous video. Hi, guys. I think there was just 40 of you, and now there's 23. Maybe you guys had stuff to do. I'm going to start, though. So, we'll start at 10 minutes. I'm going to have to switch glasses. So, but in regards to this at 7:30, in regards to this pile is going to be here and now. Here and now. I don't know who sings that. Got some romance toys, regular Capricorn. Typically the Knight of Pence, that one to keep popping out, is not a romantic. Doesn't represent romance, but this will be past. This is either, for some of you, this is a very current past life, as in the one before this. Okay, late 1800s, early 1900s. Is either the two of you spent, I'm sure the two of you spent multiple lifetimes together, because I got a lot of old souls. I can feel it. So a lot of old things coming into play, like, you know, Jack, Bobby, Linda, Diane, work scenarios, you know, that were in a contract with, you know, another company. I just heard Pacific Sun, you know, with another company, and you thought that, you know, was buried and would never come into play again. Well, everybody's a soulmate, and those names might come back into the picture. Or it could be as simple as fucking drama, and Betty told fucking Karen, but, you know, Karen shouldn't have fucking opened her mouth when it came to fucking, just, you know what I mean? So I think there's going to be a lot of that in the next few weeks. So don't feed into that shit. I think some of you have had multiple lifetimes. So if this isn't like a current one for you, like the one previous to this one, depending on, you know, say you didn't decide to come back for 300 years. You both decided to come back 300 years together. And it could have been a good past life, and you both just have karma to clear out in this lifetime. Or, you know, it was meant for it to be the opposite, where you just taught each other massive life lessons and you go your own way. Others of you, I don't know how many other lives are going to come through, or which century. It's one or the other. And it's definitely, I feel like it's multiple past lives, whether the new soulmate coming in is new or not. It will feel like that soulmate connection, which makes sense with all the transits, guys. And, you know, we are working with the South Node and all sorts of shit. So it might be something big with a Scorpio or a Libra. Again, the Jade landed on the 19. I just realized I have an emerald on, and I just decided to put on my Jade Buddha this morning. And this was a blue cup, but it was sweating, and I just put on green. So I just showed you 4 things with green. Okay, so green might be a color, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right. So explanation here, but the read starts. It just looks up and it's on 11:11. So switch glasses. I want to move things around. Lonnie has the hand, foot, and mouth.
She does?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
She caught that from one of the kids.
Oh, yeah, no question.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to leave this open and over here. I'm going to put this up here. Put this over here. So I was really going to start at 11:11. I did mention 10, but let me just text Alana and then we'll start. So again, Scorpio energy, guys. Scorpio, Libra. Well, then number 3 with 27. I don't have any of those. Anywho, I just was going to say text. I was just telling you I was going to text Alana, and I wrote text. Tell Alana. Let me clear my brain.
I know. Kessel thinks he's begging. Did
Yeah.
you feed him this morning?
Yeah, you better. You should probably take me upstairs. Okay.
I know. I'm not going to feed you. You already ate something.
She tried, though.
She tried.
Okay. And again, it's all coming back to me now. Okay, so past and present, present and past. I'm gonna pull the present first, only because we'll be able to kind of link that. We might be able to link that to what needs to be worked on. It can be a very positive time. Because Jupiter's already here until November, until it goes direct. So when that goes direct, I don't know November when, but that might have a pretty positive outcome. That might be when the next wave is too, guys. Is that why I circled a 3? I don't know what that is. So karma might need to, but it looks like karma is being cleared up. So in the next couple weeks until you get to October 22nd, it's still going to be really karmic. But the beginning of October until Saturn goes direct, when Pluto comes in, it's going to be deep. So it's going to be a solid 9 days there. I circled 6 over here. Oh, so that came to 6. Okay, so it's pulling me back to this. There's going to be a solid 6 days of craziness in between the beginning of October until the end of it. But those 6 days, whatever that is definitely between October 6th to the 24th. So 6th to the 24th are your main days where there's going to be certain days that are like, it's just deep. It could be emotional deep. It can be happy or sad. Emotions are work both ways. Could even be epiphanies, realizations. I think that's for the collective in general. It could just be to us, Virgo, Capricorn right now, but I'm thinking more of the collective in general. See, this is something, it really is with charts, guys, and I typically don't do synergy at all. Synastry, sorry, not synergy. I love doing synergy. I typically don't do synastry. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, synastry. So I think this is really like, I think this is like a past life phenomenon. Like it was just meant to come back around at this time, especially if there's some type of reunion, because this is linked to planets if there's a reunion in the month of October. I'm even feeling September, because this was supposed to be the rest of September, but something plays out big time in October, guys. And then like another wave in November. So even though we talked about that other wave on a previous video, even though we talked about that other wave, there's still stuff going on in between that wave. So I'm going to tell all the collectives to come back and listen to this 111 till 19. I'll post the link of this video because that's the collective message regarding the synastry of a situation, because the synastry is based on a past life, and there's something with all of this that's probably taken place, and it can be between September and October, the 4th, 6th, 7th, 13th. Oh, I got the 19th twice. So something big maybe on the 19th. That's the 19th when we're lost. You could have lost somebody April 15th, 2020. Aries did come into play because I just thought of my sister with Aries energy with April. So there might be a reunion or something reborn. Some of you April 15th, 2022. But I know we're not going that far out. So maybe you come together, you meet somebody, you split, I don't know. A couple months later, you come back together, or, you meet somebody within October and you don't think much of it, and then it comes back around, or you casually bump into them April 15th. It could have been someone you even bumped into April 15th, 2020, a complete fucking stranger, and you might bump into that energy again without even realizing it. April 15th, 2022. And that sets off something. Because that's that Mars energy. And that doesn't go direct until January. Oh yeah, and it ends in March. So that's March going into April is Aries, guys. And it starts on the 15th. Holy shit. So instead of meeting them, like I said, 4/15/22, I meant 4/15/23. It's the same thing right here. So those dates are clicking too. Oh, Mingya. Okay. So let's stop this. This actually now goes to 21:30. And actually, no, I'm going to cross that out because Lonnie got back to me. And then we're going to get right into this. Love you. Hope you feel better. So sucky to go through that as an adult. My adults might be feeling better soon because Kessel is 17 and she is playing with a hair scrunchie on my bed. You want to eat, baby? I'm glad you stayed right there. You want to eat? Oh, good boy. Good boy, Sheldon. He hasn't eaten in 3 days. I was really worried about him. He definitely had some type of bug. Okay, these my reading glasses? Okay. All right, guys. We're now ready. And it was just 22:33. Okay. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Which is kind of strange because I started you guys' last read 13 days ago. There we go. That video with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it was really Virgo because of Mercury. So I'm wearing gold and silver and green. Okay. So we're going to start with those. And look at the first one says no. I will turn them around. Whoa, that really wanted to pop out. Ace of Swords. I'm going to leave that for you guys. Could be no communication, no truth. I hate to link it like that, but no clarity. But I'm not choosing that, you know what I mean? But I did just kind of do that because it does want me to cross-reference with that. Okay. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is, I gotta swap out my glasses. This is, this is present. This is what's currently happening. Wow, it just told me till November 1st. So it really isn't, it really is until Mars. Yeah, but see, that doesn't even go. It could just be talking about an Aries, could be the first house. Sorry, got Capricorn in there. Got Fabio right there. I just got pulled a Mars again. Right now, you guys are heavy in Mercury, Pluto, Mercury, Pluto, Saturn, and Mars is the order. The number 4 might be relevant for you guys. You guys might be linked to that whole 4 with the previous read. But that's like 4 placements of Scorpio with transits. But Mercury isn't part of that Scorpio transit. Oh, Mingya. Take me away from this chart, please. Aries is masculine. Venus, Mercury, and Mars is masculine. So 2 masculine. Pluto's feminine. Saturn feminine or masculine? Is Saturn feminine or masculine energy? Feminine. So you have 2 feminines. So you have a nice even of feminine and masculine energy in the month of October. Something November 1st is going to be significant for you guys. I am going to want to write this down under, there's something November 1st for Earth. So 2, let me just do the symbols. 2 and 2, so you have a nice balance there. Wait. Divine feminine, but that says Saturn. I mean, that says Saturn. That satin, like the fabric, not Saturn. Okay. Apparently, yeah, it is male. I was going to say, something's telling me male. That's a lot of male. Oh, yeah, we talked about that, too. I was like, you got a lot of male. Neptune and Pluto are feminine, though Pluto is related to Mars, so it's all masculine. Oh, fuck this shit. All 4 of your major planets in October are masculine. The fuck is that shit? Technically, again, Pluto, because it's like the water and the divine goddesses and stuff like that, with like Venus. But yeah, I'm telling you, but it's because it's related to Mars, which is the dark mother feminine archetype, which is the 8th house. Holy shit, guys. That's all masculine. Fuck that shit. I mean, I feel like making love. Like, making love would probably be like not even fun. Too dominant. Unless, because I'm not looking at it as like dominant and submissive, as if like that's the role you guys are playing and you like that. That's not how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it like, if you're already dealing with somebody who's got a lot of masculine energy, it's going to be real hard for them in the month of October to get any type of vulnerability. You might only have key days or key dates. And that's for my feminine too. I mean, that's a lot, guys. Like, your 4 major planets that play major parts in October are all fucking masculine. I almost want to gag. If you're an empath, holy shit, it's 11/11. I almost started your video at 11/11. And it stays in that masculine energy. So it's going to be strong masculine energy too. With that Cap energy with Venus. So trying to find that balance. And that balance doesn't come in until November. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, Jesus. You have a little bit of Venus, but not until November. You got the moon. So we have the transits during October, but you really just have Neptune at play right now. And Neptune doesn't even come into play until the moon, Venus, and Neptune are female, but Scorpio is a little in between, guys, but look at the moon and then Venus. But Venus isn't really until, I mean, it's retro, but it's not other planets are overpowering the Venus right now. So, and I know it's in Capricorn, which is a male energy, but I can't believe they have me so focused on this chart. It's blowing my mind right now. So these are important key dates. November 1st, we talked about October. And then a transition between the 19th and the 26th. We have all of the moon. Wait, so hold on. We got Saturn, which is Capricorn, Mars, which is Aries, Pluto, which is Scorpio, Mercury night. Now we have the Venus and the Taurus, but we also have some Gemini. Yeah, Lord have mercy is what I just heard. Because Venus doesn't really kick in for that feminine energy like that, guys. Oh, dear Lord. Holy shit. I just said holy shit and Sheldon just farted. And then it pulled me to gas, but it pulled me to the gas in the atmosphere. Oh my fucking Lord. I can't even get to this fucking reading. I'm just going to step into it. But guys, that's huge. Huge. Capricorn is feminine, Saturn's masculine, Aquarius is masculine. Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, but where Capricorn is, because Saturn's masculine, and Saturn's overpowering Venus. So I can't really count. That's why I kind of have to count the Capricorn as masculine. I'm trying to find zodiacs in between that are masculine and feminine, so I could tell you which ones, so I could find the balance for you guys. But there's no fucking balance in the month of October. That's insane, guys. Don't tell me I just did a 2-hour chat for that answer. But I'm telling you, that's massive. There's only certain days where guards are going to be down or vulnerability. And you can't base those around the calendar, because this is based off a fucking Aztec fucking calendar. Jesus. Like you might get a brief break of like machismo around the 22nd of October. The 19th to the 22nd. I did the 19th, 26th. You might have a tiny break of vulnerability. Because it's more of a overpowering energy. So I guarantee somebody's karma right here has to do with vulnerability and talking about their feelings, things they didn't do in a past life. Because it's like passing a test. Because I have that triangle, I have that up and down with the Aztec calendar. I have this with the Aztec calendar. This whole thing. Well, I almost did that backwards, but that's what it looks like. In between Jupiter and Saturn, that's karma and dharma. You only have so many days in between that karma and dharma. And that's karma, and that's that lesson that like it's got to be linked on your past life lesson here. The lesson here in the month of October for a majority of people is your authentic self, your truth, your self-respect, like your which vulnerability is different, but when you can be your authentic self, like self-respect, it really, you're able to be vulnerable because it's trusting. So there's a massive break in between Jupiter and Saturn, which are the big players in October. Luckily, we have Scorpio because it's that strong feminine depth, but it's also linked to Mars, but you might find a nice balance. Yeah, see, it's bringing me back to the same dates. So you have like a week of balance in October. So there's going to be a lot of Dharma. There's going to be a lot of Dharma too. I feel like more Dharma than karma for a lot of people in this week before you transit into Scorpio. Because who doesn't like depth, guys? I love depth. I like depth intellectually, in bed. 24/7, I love depth. You want to connect to Courtney, depth is going to do it. For me personally. But I also need that balance of other things too, guys. So anywho, enough about what I want in my chat. What I want in somebody else's chat. Anywho, see again, it is boiling down to the synodry. And I don't do that. But this does boil down regarding past life and present life for this person. And it does have to do with compatibility for my earth signs. Okay, so we're breaking down dates, compatibility. That might be a little balance. Guys, this reminds me of months and months ago, with my other deck of like the runes, with all the guards and the final council making decisions. And I wrote down certain dates and stuff for you guys. This is why this just came into play. Because this is present and this is past. So for my earth signs right now, this is about compatibility. This is about energies finding a certain balance. This is more breaking through past life karma. So things can be smoothed out probably by November when these other planets start to go direct, which is when planets go direct, it's smoother sailing. Venus goes direct, and that's mind, body, soul, beauty, material stuff. So that's why November is huge for you guys. So you guys is karma for Earth based on a 13th century or on a residence on a resonant medieval or residence. Oh my gosh, it's pulling me to ER and Grey's Anatomy. Resonance. Holy sh! All I wanted. I'm just, you know, where we eat the big fucking turkey legs. Okay, fucking A. And the Aztec. Okay, so you're breaking a major. You're breaking a major pattern, major in the month of October. So you could be dealing with an Aries, could be dealing with a Capricorn, strong Aries, strong Capricorn, strong Pluto, strong Libra, strong Pisces. Or it's just trying to take those energies and meshing them with the water, which is that whole vulnerability. It's based on water is emotions. This majority of you, I mean, we're going way back. Renaissance and Aztec or medieval. Some of you, again, like I said, this is 13th century. Or it's linked to the previous life. Because this is every 200. I'm trying to think of one of these transits. It's like every 200 years or 100 years, we just hit it again. That makes sense. That makes sense why this is either the 13th century or the most current past life within the last 200 to 300 years. You both came back. And it's playing out. And something huge is playing out between now and March 15th. Now and March 15th. Maybe that's why it's stressing Mars. Okay. So now, you know, we still have a couple weeks of November left. I mean, October. I mean, September. Oh my God. Didn't I say something about going backwards too? Jesus. Don't go too far back. Holy moly. I want to get now 44:22. It was 22:33, 44:22. Let's just fucking start this. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? So this is a big deal, guys. And I just heard, I don't know if you get another chance after this. So I don't know if this is starting. See that 19th? That was how many we lost in space. And then the 19th to the 26th can be significant. I do have 19. So now I have 3 19s. So it could be October 20th, September 20th. I mean 19th, September 19th, October 19th. 222, that's a 6. October 6th. Well, I have the 6th circled a lot. So again, key dates. So the 19th and the 6th look to be like major key dates, guys. And I would even say October 2nd, only because the 19 coming in 3 times, which ends up being a 1. So that could be even October 3rd. So all of these key dates too. 4, we also had 3, 19, 13, 7, 6. I'm going to star 6. I'm going to star 19. Hope I can remember this when I go back. I've been live for 4 hours, guys. The fuck is this shit? 4 hours to figure this out for you? This is why I'm like, Spirit, like, why can't you just do it and deliver this shit in a different way? Or maybe I'm just meant to, you know, whatever. I stopped trying to figure out this shit. Food stuff. Hi, Sheldon. I'm just gonna fix your food. Oh, that's a big old shit pile right there. I wasn't gonna get up, but now it's a reason. It's a reason for everything. That's like diarrhea. He must have ate something, guys, which is weird. He's been walking around this house for all houses for 6 years and has never gotten into anything. And I did a major cleaning too when I swapped rooms, which is even more mind-blowing because it's like there wasn't really anything around. But remember? Guys, he's had this bug or whatever since the Scorpio or something video. Remember I tried to do a video twice and I had to stop and give Sheldon a bath, and I was like, guys, pay attention to your animals. Okay? So this video is also linked to, was that Virgo or Scorpio? Oh, dear Lord. Oh. So he's actually had this issue for 2 weeks, but the last couple days was at its worst. So it literally took a couple weeks to go through his system. And it was just the other day where I was nervous. And I was like, oh, do I bring him to the vet? And I'm like, shit, I just had surgery. Like, I know my mom would take him, but I was like, I asked Spirit, and Spirit's like, just give it a day or two. And sure as shit, he's up walking around and he had a couple bites to eat. I have been giving him a bath for 3 days straight with warm water and just taking care of him the best I can. But so that means he's actually had this for 2 weeks. Because I was like, oh man, I can't win. Do you guys remember that video? He shit himself everywhere. And it was the animals, and Kessel was jumping on my dresser. Guys, the same shit just happened. Kessel jumped on my dresser in between videos, and that's where I got my jade and the elephant. Kessel just did the same thing. And that shit just played itself out over again. So that's important, guys. It's probably the Virgo and the Scorpio. That's why it's coming in so strong like that. Which videos was it? 13 days ago. It was like the first couple videos. Yeah, it was Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then forget Mercury, Gemini. So I think it was these 2 videos. And I did Gemini right after that. Yeah, it was. It was the Gemini and the Mercury, which is in play, coming in October 2nd. And I said, forget Mercury, it's Gemini. Which is Mars. Fucking losing. They have me working on chats right now. Spirit, I'm about to lose my shit. I love you guys to death, but Quartz can't handle this right now. It's too much back and forth. Here we go with the fucking Mars. Mars and Mercury 2 weeks ago. And right now it's really Mars. Mars and Mercury. All right, so Pluto and Saturn haven't even kicked in yet. But it's going to come October. They're going to play some major parts. Okay? So that's why shit's going to be switched up. And remember, it's still all masculine. Oh, the fuck is this shit? So wow. And I talked about the Ouija board and shit with Scorpio, and I'm telling you. But he's just feeling better now. And the number 13 again. So there might be something with October 13th. September 13th, which was just yesterday or a couple days ago. Oh, fuck me. Could be dealing with an I, a J. That looks like a V. This is why we're grouping them instead of doing them individually. Can't make this shit up, guys. So now we're going to start this video. Instead of 22, 23, and 44, 22, it's now going to be 54, which is a 9. Yeah, see, something needs to end and begin in the month of October for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we're back to the death, back to the 19th. Yeah, whatever this is might not come back around, guys. This was meant to be hashed out now. You know how people always say, oh, it's meant to be, but it was bad timing? Then it might just be your fucking loss. And that's in spirit was no joke right there. Might just be your fucking loss. 4, 5. There we go with the 9 again with the priestess. 4 was one of the major days. 5 didn't really come in, but that does make 9. And I just got to 9 when we started the video. So high priestess energy, which is Pisces. So that's a little relieving because that's feminine. But we are talking about here and now because September, but we really need to go into October. Santo Morte, you know. Dear Lord. What was I just saying? Oh, man. Someone around you is so fucking confused right now. It just completely voided out the last 3 minutes of my conversation with you. All I can remember is shell and shitting everywhere again. Wow. Okay. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So this is now until November 1st for you guys. Until Mars transits, and Mars is playing a huge role on whether on rebirth with Scorpio, whether something's dead or alive. Oh, yeah. You might not get a second chance because something is lining up from the ancient or Azteca Aztec calendar, 13th century. So if something's not cleared here and now, yeah, when people make excuses, you know, it's the whole excuse thing, like, oh, it was bad timing. No, there's no such thing as bad timing. When you meet somebody, you bump into a soulmate, that is the right time. Your actions according on what you do following that bumping is on you, and it's linked to karma. But I'm telling you, there's something with the 13th century in this deck. You might have waited this long for something to come back together. So you have a small window of opportunity. And this is as like the collective. But obviously Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in regards to a couple weeks ago with the animals too, guys. Okay. But this is a strong message for the fucking collective. I almost wonder if I should do a collective read before I get into the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, to be honest with you. Yeah, I am. Because the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn doesn't technically kick in until October. But I would hate to repeat all this with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I just feel like it's an appropriate. I just feel like there's something here appropriate about doing an overall energy with this overall message for the collective. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn could be strong in play here. But again, all the other energies are overpowering Venus. The only thing we really have is Mercury. That's kicking in, but Jupiter and Saturn are overplaying Mercury. So Mercury and Mars is kind of on the outside. So this feels more of like a Mars-Mercury reading. Like what we're about to step in. And Mars and Mercury is Aries, Virgo, Gemini. But that's just here and now. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see, here and now. Here and now. Didn't I already sang that. So let's do it here and now real quick. There might not be a second chance, guys. There's a small window of opportunity. Yeah, see, now I'm repeating myself 3 times. This is a very, very strong collective message, guys, with this here and now. If you are not here and now, and you are not here now and present, okay, and you're not working on something, the window of opportunity might go right by you. Like I said, it's either going to be Dharma or Karma. I've said to you guys in the last month, in the previous reads, I've said to you guys, I know I have, I'm trying to think of what I've said to you guys. Like, this is an example of, a prime example of one scenario going out and another one coming in, of a lesson and a blessing. Like, people want to buy time. People think, you know, it's all fun and games. Like, it doesn't work like that, especially if you've been dealing with somebody for years. Like, planets transit in and out, people grow, they ascend, you know, plus the ascension on top of all of this, guys. Okay. So like I'm telling you, something's going to be phased the fuck out, and it might not ever come around again. You could have tried in a more previous lifetime, but because we're dealing with a 13th century astrology chart here for you guys, this is not going to come around again. It's just not. So if something, this has to do with the third wave, guys, of the whole November energy too. So again, here and now, so from here and now, this energy might come in. You might not want to deal with it until the other wave, but it's not going to work that way. Something needs to be dealt with here and now, karma and dharma. So this is a collective read. This is a huge collective message. That people who are drawn to this channel right now, we're definitely working with an astrology chart from the 13th century. And there's some type of lineup in the month of October between you and a soulmate. Whether one ends, whether another one comes in, whether it's just a fresh start with a new one, whether it's the past or not. Until, in some of you, it's November. But this energy will come in before December. So whoever this soulmate energy is clearly meant to get on the second wave. This is why it's an important collective read, because we just talked about that last week before my surgery, right? We just was like with the first wave of certain stuff and now the second wave. Okay, so this is all, it's all coming back to me now. Okay. So collective read. So to me, this is just, I want to say it's just September. And this all has to play out by November. But the majority of you is October. Here in October. Here and now. So something, it's almost like, keep going back to that 4-5. Santa Muerte, we keep going back to the same cards too. Fabio, yeah, so all three of them are the same cards. So those just played itself out twice, guys. Jesus. Mother, Joseph, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. So I'm thinking this is September. Collective read is September. We have an O and an E. No, that's an 8. We have an 8 and an E. And it's the number 31, so it's also a celebration. But the celebration in this deck is also a situation where you need to be consistent and take action. Because the past needs to be in the past, needing to move forward without fear. Right? It's like changed ideas. So this congratulations, which is a celebration, 31, really is about here and now. Yeah, see? Here and now. Because this is a take action. You want a celebration, you got to take action. Why being consistent with what you are working on from the past, but not letting the present fear of what went down in the past stick to certain ideas here and now to push through, to have this celebration. So this celebration is not just given to you. You have to work for it. So October 31st, well, it's really October, really September. Could be September 8th, could be a yes for October 31st. Wow, and number 1. But this is the darkness card, okay? So It's like a pause. It could be meditation, it could be research, it could be study. But this is about needing to understand where your energy is. Like where's your energy going and where are you applying your energy right now? And this is number one. So to me, like this should be your main focus to get to some type of stability with a 31, with that being a 4. Right? Magician is a 1. Like what do you want to create? Right? But so it's like being in the darkness. So it's like wanting this, but being in the shadow side of something right now. It's like you have to totally step out of the shadow side of whatever this is, guys. Totally have to step out of the darkness here. Because this is typically where it's like a moment of pause. You feel like nothing's happening. You could be, again, studying, meditating, researching, that type of thing. But this is, you truly, truly need to understand where you're applying your energy. Where does your energy go, guys? What are you putting your energy towards right now? What are you applying it to? Because this is telling me you're applying it to a shadow. So you can't have this celebration that you want. So these are 2 cards that you need to apply certain energy to. Like the answer could be yes in regards to something, right? But I want you guys closer. Um, I'm sorry to interrupt the read like that. Okay. Okay. There's that pause we were just talking about with the number 1. Because it's the shadow side. You're allowing certain energies right now to get the best of you. You're caught up in a moment of fear, shadows. What are the people going to think? Judgment. You've let enough time go by without applying the energy to the right resources, is what this is saying, troops. And it's also telling me to put lotion on. So you gotta take care of your mental health, your physical health, your overall freaking health. Guys, I'm working on a 4-hour video and I'm only 7 days post major fucking surgery. And here I am. Okay? So don't tell me you can't pull yourself out of this. Stop with the bogus self-talk, because it's telling me that you want this celebration. You like this is like that reunion. You want a special person, whatever it is to you. But you can't have it unless you take action and you be consistent. Like bearing in like bear in mind the past, but you can't take you what's happening is you're taking what went down in the past and you're relating it to fear. So basically if it was a relationship or a family member or a love situation, clearly it didn't go right for you. Maybe you just went the right with the right person. So it's like every time you got close, like it just fell apart, or you know what I mean? It's something like that. But you gotta you gotta stop relating relationships as like awful or that will just end up in doom because ultimately you'll be left in the shadow and you're gonna realize real late in life that you are wrong for holding back for the reasons on why you are holding back. Because it's like the collective right now, some people would rather stay in the shadows. Because I'm hearing like here and now. Some people are going to be celebrating and some will be staying in the shadows. So this is what I mean by like, this could be a harsh lesson of certain soulmates that come into your life that are just strictly meant for a lesson. And then others are meant for a blessing and a lesson, but the lesson needs to be learned first in order to have the blessing. I'm telling you right now, there's a very fine line here. And it's telling me October, so maybe through October 1st to October 31st, and it's going backwards, but it's starting from the very end, from the very beginning. See what I'm saying? It's like, which has a lot to do with this calendar. Is I almost want to say like a Mayan calendar. Okay. So there's really no more time to putz around in regards to what it is. It's almost like you know what you want, and that's the biggest thing. When you know what you want and you're not taking action, that's when things get taken. Because something's telling me this has been like for the last 4 years on your mind or something like that. Some of you could be the last 40 years. Could have been single your whole life and people call you a spinster, but next thing you know, all of a sudden you're changing your mind and you're like, well, maybe it would be nice to have a life partner. You know? So it's literally, you have to stop pausing. You've already let something, it's like you're letting the darkness pause you, you know? But this is spirit saying, like, literally, like, you need to really understand where you're putting your energy, where it goes, because you're applying it to the wrong thing right now. So basically, you could be applying this energy of you wanting a reunion that just turns into the ruins. See what I'm saying? It's the self talk, too. So you're going to want to be real careful here. Real careful. You're worried about too many in-betweens. And you already know what you want, is what Spirit's saying. So don't talk yourself out of what it is you want. I believe that was just Santa Morte. Here and now, please. Here and now. Oh, they're being real picky. It was a number 6. I don't know why I put it back in. Maybe because it didn't come out on its own. Wow, that is a vibrant fucking card. But this is also, this is chaos, but masculine sits above it. And underneath, so I don't know why I did this, okay? because you have number 1, which is maybe that's why, because it's darkness. Number 2 is masculine, 3 is chaos, 4 is love, 5 is will. So you basically have 1, 3, and 4. So the 2 is missing, which is a masculine energy. So again, there could be just way too much masculine energy here. And instead of you being vulnerable, like I said, with this collective energy, you're just like, you're more machismo. It's causing destruction, it's causing chaos, it's getting in the way. But this particular energy, if you choose to take action, oh, my stomach, if you choose to take action, and you go after all opportunities, because this is all opportunities that are available right now, but it has to be done without fear. Like, you're gonna get something out of it. Like, I forget the exact definition. What they're pulling me to. Hold on, I'm focused on my stomach and the chaos. Somebody might be having a lot of sudden bowel movements. It's not it's not a detox either. It's either an addiction here. To me, it's just stress, inconsistent bowel movements. But the only way to get out of this concept, the only way to get out of this chaos is to take action over every single opportunity you have and to do it without fear. Fear of losing something else, fear of cutting something else out. That's what it is. Fear of cutting something else out. So you have to take this fucking chaos, all this energy, this shadow side, okay? It looks like there's a masculine energy here hiding in the shadows. It could be a feminine too, but I'm just saying it's the over masculine. The masculine energy is overriding. So September is pretty important before October goes into this masculine energy, guys. Someone needs to figure out some balance now, because there's nothing but chaos in this energy because of actions not taken. Wanting this but not going after it. Right? This is like a pause, reflection. But it's like you really need to understand where you're putting your energy. So you're putting your energy into fantasizing and knowing what you want, but not going after it because of the past or judgment. Because this is a card of you have to take action in order to let the chaos go. You need to take every opportunity that is in front of you right now. You have to go with that. You have to go at it without any fear, guys. And you have to go at it with fear of cutting something out from the past and not letting that get the best of you. So this is closing chapters. There's a big chapter in your life that needs to be closed out in order for you to have something huge again. And I'm going to say it's going to be huge, guys, because you're working with the same type of synastry chart from the 13th fucking century with somebody here. Here and now. Whether you want to talk it out or not, here and now. And if you don't want to do that because of your own fears or your own addictions or your own shadow side, then this might be lost in eternity. How many opportunities you want spirit to give you? Or how many opportunities you want a human to give you? Or, you know, a spiritual to give you? Like, it's going to get cut off eventually. And it's a wing. I also want to read both these cards. You can read in a positive way and a negative way. Because the shadow side is really out, guys, I can kind of see how this is going because it leads to positivity. But even if you have one that already took the wave and the other one that needs to jump on the wave, that takes time to align. But here and now, working on it from here until November 1st, and just something needs to be worked on. And in regards, if it's just you or work or a family member, it's got to be you and somebody else, a soulmate. And a soulmate can be a child. I mean, I've said all this before. Or a past, you know, or a friendship, guys. It's Mercury. like I said, Johnny can come into play, and then next thing you know, Johnny's talking about Sandra and fucking Deborah, and you're like, oh my God, I haven't heard those names since high school. Those are all soulmates. It's the action you take to start something new in October. Guys, yeah, it's you got to be here and now. You got to be present. You got to let the chaos and the fear stop. You have to cut something out without any fear. I almost said without hesitation, but that's not in that definition of that card. That definition is just talking about with cutting it out, cutting the fear out. Not letting the past interfere. You can't fear cutting something out. Spirit's like, there's no reason. So you must know there's a connection between you and a friend. You don't want a friendship to end. You don't want a relationship to end. Or, say you got in a fight with a friend a couple months ago, but it's like you're missing your girlfriend. So it's like you hit her up. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to really work things out. It takes two. If you both want to work it out, then you both need to be serious enough here and fucking now to work through this. I'm telling you, something from the past needs to be stripped. Whether it's on your end, their end, or both of you guys' end, holding on to resentment, however this is for you. I can't stress how important this is. This overall read is like one of these things, like must see this read before the other zodiacs come into play. And I wonder with Aztec astrology, with like the Mayan ruins, like I wonder if I think they probably grouped the zodiac when they were putting charts together, grouped elements before they started grouping zodiacs. I think that's more of a message for me. Like they had the chart and broke it out, but I think when it came to planetaries and the stars and how they used to read, it was really the alignment of stars, constellations. Something about groups. There's just something about groups this time around. There's a force at play here. I could have sworn I just saw that go like that. So there's definitely a force at hand. So celebration, darkness, chaos. Something tells me you can have this celebration though. Can it come with a little darkness and chaos for people around you? Yeah, but that's a fear that you need to strip too. If what you need to cut out is fear, cut the fear out. If it's a person, cut the person out. It really just depends. I don't even know where the fuck that came from. And it's the will, okay? It's the number 5. You literally have 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, 1, 3, 4, 5. Only thing missing here is the masculine. I don't know what that's trying to say. Because it looks like there's a whole bunch of fucking masculine in October. So you better figure out some type of fucking balance right now, here and now. This is somebody's lesson, guys. There's no question that this is somebody's lesson. Because if they can't figure this out in September as like a collective, I don't know what your shot is in October. And if you don't jump on that wave by November, or if this is a certain person you're thinking of, this name in your mind or whoever you think this is come December somebody you thought was a friend will actually be a foe. Like I'm telling you, like come December, if the person you're thinking of, you're not with this person or working on things, wow. That just fell over by itself, guys. In this card right here, literally, that was perfect. My cigarette thing fell and that card just spun. If you do not figure this out and cut out what needs to be cut out, because this is where this card now plays role, clearly. Okay, that just happened all by itself. And that is sitting right next to my crystal that I just said to you, I could have sworn just did this. This was standing up perfectly fine on its own. No reason for it to fall at all. Fell on its own, spinned that card. So now we know why that card came into play. The truth needs to come out regarding something. Some readers will actually read the Ace of Swords as a reconciliation, fresh communication, clarity. See the sun peeking through? Okay. So there's something that needs to be discussed and handled in September. It's not something you can keep holding back on, because the darkness, your shadow side, is holding you back from what you really want because of chaos. This is a card of will. Where's your willpower? The only thing missing here, guys, is the masculine energy. So it's telling me, if you don't figure something out by October, or if you don't cut something out by October, you don't have a chance in this lifetime, because it's pulling me to the prime example. And if somebody's ego is going to let them overpower that energy, then fucking so be it, because spirit always has plan B, guys. That's why I was saying, if who you think this is, if you don't hear from them by December, or they don't, who cares? You might hear from them. If they don't put effort in and start talking by December, really October, or really now, but really the cutoff would be November. I mean December, but they just said November. So closer than we think. The cutoff is closer than they think, because that makes sense, because the next wave is November. And this is all about will. Will you allow change? Okay. But this is proceeding without fear. This is trust the things that you've learned in your lifetime, like accompanied without any hesitation. That's so funny, because I felt that hesitation, and I said, I literally just said to you guys, or in my head, something about hesitation, but it's not here. Here it is. Stop hesitating. You have to have the willpower here. You have to proceed without any fear. Trust what you have learned. Accompany that with a new start and without hesitation. I studied these cards. Don't you guys let me down. Okay. The story behind this will, I didn't study the story, but what I studied and memorized was the advice from the dead. Okay. You're within the 3 pages right here. There's the will. Proceed towards what you desire without fear. Trust in what you have learned, accompanied until now without hesitation. Well, I said it a little backwards, but that's pretty good, okay, for memorizing this shit in a few days. But this is an extremely dynamic card representing the flame that burns in each of us, that pushes us to act accordingly when it comes to nature and who we truly are and our identities. When we're guided by love, it becomes unstoppable force that puts us in the right situation in the universe. If, however, it is guided by egotism and means it has become violent or dangerous, it is then ignored, blocked, or slowed down, or becomes a reason, or it's a deadlock that becomes frustration. So I'm saying, like, this reading is super important for here and now, guys, because this could be a missed opportunity, a prime example of, yeah, it was meant to be, but you allowed your own fears, and you allowed, your own fears of judgment or your own experiences to basically stop, like, all this stuff, like the fear of cutting something out, or the fear of being hurt, or the fear of cutting out a person. Okay. So I can't stress enough. You got 1, 2, masculine is missing. 3, that's a 4, the 31 and a 5. Let's see what the masculine advice is. Right now with the masculine, your better focus right now is on the objective. Okay. So it's basically saying go after what it is you want. The first active and dynamic and creative impulse, that energy is from this darkness, and you have darkness and you can create, okay, is an impulse that emerges from the darkness. The second card, and you have the second card. Okay, anywho. The second card is no less fundamental force of the universe. The first pushes you towards the outside of the channel of the passage, both stimulating and vital to your own desire to become and to evolve. This desire, however, cannot be satisfied because of the energy is much like fuel outside of a combustion chamber that is not yet structured, disciplined, or stable, which is pulling me to the gases in the universe. I said something about that with Sheldon. Okay. So again, this is what happens. You're letting your fears and your egotism get in the way. You're not disciplined with what it is you want. You could be extremely structured, but you're not really structured or disciplined because you're avoiding the one thing that you want, which is your desire. So there is an energetic force, a fundamental force, a universal force that's pushing you towards the outside. But you find an energy around you with a soulmate very stimulating, intimidating, and stimulating. So this really is fear, guys. And this emerges from the darkness. So this is what it is. This emerges from the darkness. They're lined up perfectly. This is darkness. This is the main concern right here, guys. It's that moment where you're just like reflecting or meditating or putting your energy towards, study, whatever it is. But this is where spirit is saying to you, you need to understand where your energy is going here and now and who you're applying it to, because you are certainly applying your energy to the wrong objective right now. And it's doing nothing but causing chaos and delaying some type of celebration, happiness that you want. And all you have to do is take action. And it is saying bearing in mind regarding the past, but you got to do this without fear of change, without fear of cutting something out. You just have to go. So stop hesitating. You have the clarity. You know what you want. You hold the truth. And there's that 6 that wanted to come out, guys. Holy shit, we just went all in order. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're only missing the masculine energy because the masculine energy is being held back by their own fears and their own shadow. Again, guys, they can learn this lesson a year from now. They won't end up with you. And this energy, and that's what ends up being a really hard lesson because you feel like it's so meant to be. And I've been there with somebody else. I was like, this is so meant to be. But it ended up being a huge lesson. And it took a solid year, if not a little more, to figure that out. And if you want it and somebody else is willing to work with you and you choose not to go after it, this is a huge loss. Because this was meant to be a blessing. But you might learn a very harsh fucking lesson here. Because this is telling me you can have that celebration with somebody. This is telling me you can make something right. And if you're working with a spiritual, they tend to forgive. They can have the wall up, but if you put effort into something, you're not going to find one spiritual that's not going to have your back if you put effort into work, friendship, whatever it may be. I guarantee you won't find one spiritual that wouldn't put a little tiny effort in to see where the synergy is. This is order. It's all about learning, organizing things, and having courage to obtain them. Where's the order? That's what I'm saying. That's why I said you think you're structured, you think you're disciplined, but you're applying it to the wrong thing. Work, family situation. You're not applying it to your fucking happiness, and spirit's pissed. This can be a very harsh lesson. And I say that because you have the clarity you need and you're still hesitating on having a conversation. You may lose something forever. What you got out of it already in this lifetime is all you might get out of it with a very harsh lesson down the road. Because there's no spiritual that's going to wait around. They'll wait if there's a little effort, but it depends on the type of waiting. So this is a fine fucking line that somebody's walking. It's like this karma, it's the opposite of dharma, because someone's dharma is going to come in. And if you're meant to be their dharma and you guys have that dharma together, then that's how it's meant to be. So just know there's huge life changes here with astrology in the month of October, here and now, and in the month of October for my spirituals. And if this is my spirituals, don't let fear get the best of you either. Starting anything new is scary. Stay determined, stay disciplined, have the courage, do it in the midst of chaos. You know, people are going to judge you. Fucking do it anyway, because if you know you want to do it, just do it. It doesn't look more of like a spiritual sense, but if this is attached to some type of spiritual sense, my spirituals are going to have to probably do just as much work to let the darkness go, because you've experienced a lot of bad memories with somebody. So there's also work on your end in order to put that behind and start fresh. And it's not always easy for spirituals too, especially after they gave you their heart and they were wholehearted with certain situations for the cross watchers or whatever this may be. It's not easy for us either. We know forgiveness is key, but it's fucking hard. So don't, you can't just put somebody through the fucking ringer and expect to come back in. This would be a lot of work on our end too, because our spirituals know exactly where you are. And that probably scares you too. But you gotta grab the fucking reins on that one and just suck it up. You don't think my spirituals have to suck up shit that you've done? Why are you better than them? You're not. We're not better than you. So stop acting fucking better than them. Get on the same page as this person. You only have so much time. And I'm telling you right now, this energy, all they can do is put effort in to try to get to the same page so they can catch that wave. If they don't catch this wave in November, guys, this person is not meant to be in your life. If you really want that best friend to come back, it just reminds me of like back in the day when I didn't talk to Mash for almost a year and a half. Loved her, and honestly, I didn't care if it came back. That's where my mindset was. But it did came back and we worked on it. But we both put effort into that. And it took us almost a solid year to get back to where we were. So for you to keep buying time is pretty fucking foolish. Whoever is buying time here because of fear. It looks more of like the shadow side than the light side. But I'm telling you, it's just going to be just as hard for the light side to put aside what went down. And that comes with clarity. Okay. So, and another example, a prime example of this not working out, maybe if I was still fighting with Marsh and I'm going to give you an example, and it didn't come in by December, she would no longer be part of my life. That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. This is where this reading is at. So if you just met somebody in the last 6 months and went through a shit show, if they're not back by December, or it's your fear and you don't reach out by December, and you guys don't both put effort into something and have a conversation, it was a lesson, and that's it. And some of you, it's going to be a very harsh lesson, and others of you, it's just going to be a lesson, and you're going to learn and move on. This energy right here will regret this for the rest of their life. And some people will choose to regret it and go to their grave that way. And if that's the case, Spirit always has a plan B, guys. Okay? So try not to get worried. This is telling me there's a strong masculine energy, and because it's the only thing that's missing here. So somebody's ego and their fear is getting in the way. They're putting their focus, they're putting their energy on something they know they shouldn't putting their energy towards. It's just somebody avoiding emotionality, vulnerability, because of past hurt, past relationships, family, friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, dynamics, children, everything. But so they're taking that. This is like an energy that tells themselves, I will never fall in love again. This is kind of what this is for a group of this collective. Well, they fell in love again. This person knows they want to be with you, but they're allowing their own fear in closing chapters, because somebody needs to cut some things out here, whether it's fear or another person. It's clear as day. And it could be both of those fears. And then there's another fear of opening up, because now we're talking about compatibility. If you want to compare compatibility, you know you're more compatible with one than the other. Vulnerability, you don't like to do it with either. Maybe you feel guilty for not doing it with the first, and now you're going to do it with the second. There's so many fucking reasons. But this is why there's chaos. This card is literally take action right now to any opportunity that you have without fear of cutting something out, because then something's going to go in your way. Something, you have that synergy. You're going to get what you need. And something tells me you already know you're going to get what you need. And I'm telling you, from a spiritual sense, they don't know if you're going to be enough to get what they need. But that's because of your own projection of self-confidence that's being projected, that the collective is highly aware of. We've been here and done this. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Own it. Own it and move the fuck on. Own it and live your fucking life. Own it and be fucking happy in your life. That's all you got to do. You got to fucking come correct. When you come in, you got to stand the fuck up. Stop coming in and sitting down. Step up or ship out. So this is huge. It's huge for my spirituals, and it's huge for the people that have to push through this karma, because then my spirituals have to push through the karma in regards to what they went through with this person. But hey, why not push through it so you can have a better fucking life? You know? Just got to have that will. And it looks like it's right around the corner. So the odds are in your favor here. I was going to pull a couple past life cards, but I almost feel like I just put a lozenge in. Something, communication, man. But I can already tell you what will come into play, because I already told you what your karma was. So I really don't even need the cards for that, because I already told you what they were. I will definitely use the cards the next time, the past cards the next time around. But I can pull like mutual energy between the two of you. But to me, there's obviously love here, you know? You have the moon and the king of wands. There's obviously like a deep connection too. A lot of depth, a lot of desire, hidden desire. It's like you can barely talk. Clearly, a lot of people have let you down, but spirituals don't tend to let people down, guys. And we're not better than anybody else. We've learned in a very harsh way where we don't even want other people to learn that way, but sometimes you have to. You know, some people need to experience it in a way I feel like we shouldn't have to, but when I kind of feel like you're having a similar experience as my spiritualist did, but just in a different way, which I guess would kind of make sense, you know? Just like being able to relate. So you both definitely came in with your own shit. It's like you got your karma. You may want to say like, oh, you had time to heal or this and that. It's like, no, you can't use time as an excuse because you know you want to be with somebody, or you know you want to go and live in this country, or you know you want to. You have the clarity. It's like an energy that wants all the answers before they go after it. And I've been saying this for years now. It's not going to happen that way for you. Here and now. That's a very romantic song. So the Five of Cups, you both kind of missing each other. You're both sad about the past. You're both sad about how something went down. You're both sad you didn't have a fresh start. This is somebody you absolutely know. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a really big missed opportunity. It would be a shame if this opportunity was missed. But guys, it happens and it's life. You know, if people keep ascending on higher waves and higher waves, they're not going to allow a low vibing energy to step in and just catch the wave with you. They can't just catch the wave. They have to do the work. And part of that work is them opening up and talking about this. You're both sad on how this has gone down. You both know that it needs to be changed. You both have fears. You both have worries. You both have been hurt. You think you're the only person that's been hurt? You think this person only got past it because they had more time? No. Because they put faith and love together spiritually. I'd rather love than to hate or never have a relationship. That type of attitude comes from being hurt and bitter and so many other reasons. I'd rather be hurt umpteenth fucking times, but still have love as an outcome. Like, say I'm married twice and there was tragic deaths, I'd probably be really hurt, but I'd probably still be open to love again. It's just some people's souls are just able to do that because they know you only have one lifetime. Will it take time if you're mourning a death? Yes. But this is mourning a death and mourning a karmic death are two very different things, guys. So we're not going to put those two things on the same pedestal because there's no comparing those two things, a karmic death and then a regular death. Okay. You're both sad you didn't get a chance to walk a path together. So this is telling me it was meant to come together in this lifetime. And it clearly did not play out that way. Again, karma and dharma, someone just might be walking a new path and somebody else will choose not to. But it looks like this is with both of you. You're both pretty bent out of shape that the way it went down. You both got hurt on the way this has gone down. You both are still being hurt on the fact that no action is being taken. You both bum fucking hurt. Did the spiritual probably move on? Got walls as high as fucking China? Yeah. But if you do the right thing, you can break them. You can break the walls down slowly. You got to put work in. You're not going to gain somebody's trust without putting effort into something. Words don't mean shit. Okay, so, the Ace of Pentacles, you're both pretty upset that you weren't able to ground the situation. So, again, it looks like the will is right around the corner. The order. Looks like you're going to take what you've learned and you're going to organize yourself and you're going to have the courage to abandon what needs to be abandoned. It's necessary to obtain what you want next. So it's either a person that needs to be cut out or it's fear. Yes, probably both. But I feel like it's more fear of being hurt by somebody and not wanting to go down that road again because you've been hurt so many times by multiple scenarios. But this is a scenario where you need to continue and have the courage to move forward in cutting out whatever needs to be cut out without hesitation. Because you know what you want. And because of what you know what you want, and if you don't take action, it will be taken. Got 2 ones. That's number 2. That's 2 is all about balance, partnerships, taking action, moving forward, getting on the path, putting effort into it. It's going to take effort on 2 people's ends to make this work. But if 2 people are pretty bummed out about how something went down, it looks like 2 people would be willing to work on it. So right now, you have one energy more than the other that needs to push to this darkness. And then again, it's still going to take the spiritual to accept and forgive and put some effort into some, put some effort into some stuff too. And you never know, this might come back in a more humble way than you think. There just has to be an open line of communication. Okay. So, important messages, guys. All right, I've been online for hold on. What the I got wires stuck everywhere. I've been online for 5 hours. I do. What the fuck am I trying to do here? That's all gonna be. Oh dear Lord. Dear Lord, 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 Lordy, 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 Lordy. Guys, literally, I'm 7 days post major surgery. I feel like I can keep going, but I need to step away for a minute. I'm thinking I might come back on, but it might be tomorrow. Whatever spirit really wants me to do, very educational videos today. Like, seriously. Like what we just like, I feel like we cracked open a crib. A, we cracked open. We definitely cracked open something from the Akashic records. A crypt. What's a crypt? That's like a coffin, right? No, that's just it. I feel good, but like I literally got up, I bounced back and forth. I had to tell myself, Court, you just had major surgery. Like I almost am gonna have to wear like a sign on my forehead. You've had major surgery. Like literally 4 weeks, 5 weeks from now, like I can't even push a grocery cart until I'm at 8 weeks. I think I can push up to and carry 5 pounds in between week 4 and 6, and in between 6 and 8, I can push 10 pounds. And I do, I feel good. I felt like this yesterday. I felt good. But it's a constant fucking reminder because I don't want any setbacks. I can't believe how good I feel right now. So it's a blessing to even feel like I didn't even have surgery. That is a huge blessing. I got a lot of people watching over me, healing my ass real fucking quick. So, but I still gotta be ooh, it's that word that comes into play once in a while. I can't say the conjunctive. I need to be conscious of it, but there's something with the conjunctive. This came in like a year ago. It's like when they test you for learning disabilities, there's something with like the conjunctive or the you guys know what I'm talking about? Oh, I just got crampy. Conjunctive. It's just the way I'm saying it. Yeah, it's that. It's that. I gotta be like, it's where it's basically conscious. It's awareness, but there's something with that part of the brain. Where's my phone? It's not even gonna pull up the way I say it. Definition of conjunctive. It's gonna be like what? Quantitative. See? I gotta spell it out. Cognitive is learning. It's the active style of learning that focuses on helping you to learn how to maximize your brain's potential. It makes it easier for you to connect with new information and existing ideas, hence deepening your memory and retention capability. Okay, so that has nothing to do with healing. But I can heal in the process of maximizing my brain's potential by accessing a certain part of my brain. And this is clearly happening because it's deepening your memory and retention capability. And I just learned all those definitions in like the matter of 2 days for you guys. The dead advice. The advice of the dead. 32 of them. That's not easy to do. I even like tell myself sometimes, like, I don't know how I do that. I never used to be able to do that. Okay. So, anywho, I might not be on today. I want to say no, even though I feel well enough, but I literally just spent 5 hours on YouTube. I'm sitting down, but these type of readings, guys, take energy. Like this could completely wear me out for the day when I go sit down. I may be like, whoa. Because yesterday when I sat down, I was like, oh, Mingia, that was too much. And that was only 2 hours. I was like, literally tomorrow, I'm like, maybe I'll do like an hour and a half. I just did 2.5 extra. So, but obviously my body can handle it, guys. I would have said, okay, I need a rest, you know? That's why I'm saying, like, I really do feel good. I need to stay aware. It's not a sympathy thing, like, I just had major surgery 7 days ago. No, it's I need to be fucking aware. Because if I'm, like, not thinking about it and feeling good, if I go to grab my laundry basket to throw in laundry, I can rip so much shit just like that. That's what the doctor's biggest thing was, you know? You just forget. So, anywho, if I'm back, I'm back. It'd be, like, after dinner. If not, we will start this tomorrow, you know? But, I love you guys, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for all the patience. I love you. Bye, guys.